two great stories this week. Think about them. We read Paddington Sets Sail and What Lives in a Shell. When we read books, we can learn information from them. After we learn something new, we can teach those facts to somebody else. Today, we're going to write sentences that teach people something new. We know that authors write sentences, so let's go write some together. Alright, we know that every sentence has a subject. The subject, which is over here, this box over here, is the person or the animal the sentence is mostly about. But each sentence also has a predicate, and the predicate tells what the people or the animals are doing or do. Alright? I've got a list over here, and the list has some subjects and some predicates. Alright, so we're going to go through each one, and we're going to decide, is it a subject, is it a person or animal, or is it a predicate? Is it telling what a person or an animal does? Okay, so the first one is crab shells. Crab shells isn't a person or an animal, but it is a thing that a sentence is about, so it is a subject. So I'm going to put it over here in my subject box. The next one is provide protection. Is that a person, an animal, or a thing? No, it's telling something that something does, so I'm going to put it over here in the predicate box. Get too small. Is that a person, an animal, or a thing? No, it is telling something that something can do or someone can do. Okay? Our homes. A home is a subject, but our homes, that's not a thing or a person, so that's a predicate. Okay? It's telling what something is or something does. Snail shells. That is a thing, right? So it is a subject. Grow bigger. Is it a person, place, or thing, or is it telling what something can do? Something can grow bigger, right? So it's a predicate. And the last one is turtle shells. Is it a person, a place, or a thing? It's a thing, right? Turtle shells are things. All right, now we can make sentences by taking any of our subjects and any of our predicates and putting them together. Some of the sentences that we're going to make when we put these together are probably going to be really silly or funny ones. Now, whenever we make a sentence, to make it perfect, we're going to have to come and put a capital letter here and put a period at the end. I'll show you how to do that when we get done. It's just a little dot. Okay, so let's make our first sentence. Crab shells from our subject, and then we'll do provide protection as our predicate. Now, to make it perfect, we need crab shells to start with a capital C, and then we need to make a little dot or a little period. Okay, and now we have a sentence. Crab shells provide protection. It's a capital letter at the beginning and a period at the end. All right, now let's erase that period and let's make another sentence. Okay, let's choose a different subject this time. Let's choose snail shells. Okay, we need to make our S a capital S, right? Because a sentence always starts with a capital letter, not a lowercase letter. And then let's read our sentence. Snail shells provide protection. We need a period. So let's add one. It's just a little dot at the end. There we go. All right, let's read our sentence. Snail shells provide protection. All right, let's erase this and move everything back up. Now, we can use sentences that we make to tell people facts that we learned when we read What Lives in a Shell. Now, as the author of the sentences, we get to choose to write our favorite fact or the fact we think is the most important from the book. Since all of the facts we can make are important, I think I'm going to choose one that's my favorite. How am I going to choose my favorite? Well, I really like going to the beach, so I think I'm going to choose to write a sentence about crab shells. Okay, now I want to make sure that it's a real fact from the book and not one of those silly facts that I could make up with the crazy predicate. So I think I want to write the sentence, crab shells get too small. Do you remember that? How they get too small and they have to get out of them, right? Okay, I think that's really cool. So when I write this sentence, I know that I'm going to start with a capital letter. Crab starts with the letter C. Okay, so I'm going to write a capital C and then I'm going to write the word crab. Okay? So there's the word crab. Now let me say my sentence and hear all the words that I have so far. I'm going to read it. Crab. That's not a whole sentence yet, is it? Right? So I only have one word, and I know, let's see, how many words are in my sentence? Let's count them. Crab shells get too small. That's 5 words in my sentence and I only have one, so I'm not done yet, so I need another one. Now, I've got my first word, so what word comes next? Crab shells, that's right. Now I want to start a new word, so what I'm going to do is I am going to make a space. Okay, I need a space between my word. Now I'm going to write the word shells. Now let's read what I have. Crab shells. It's not a whole sentence yet, is it? I only have 1, 2 words, and I need 5, so I know that I need 3 more words. All right, let's think. What's the next word that I need? Crab shells get, because our sentence is crab shells get too small, so the next word is get. All right, now let's count how many words we have. 1, 2, 3. All right, there's spaces in there, looks good, but I'm not done yet. I need 2 more words, so let's find out what they are. Let's read it. Crab shells get 2 is my next word. Okay, now let's read it. Crab shells get 2. What am I missing? The last word? Small. Now let's read my sentence and see if it's right and all together. Crab shells get too small. Great, I've got all the words I need, and now I need a period at the end of my sentence, and that makes a really good sentence. Let's read our sentence together. Crab shells get too small. Read it with me. Crab shells get too small. Read it with me again. Crab shells get too small. All right, so now we've been the author of our sentence, right? We wrote the sentence, crab shells get too small. Now, I want you to be the illustrator of the sentence. Remember, your illustration or picture should match the words in the sentence. And since I chose to teach people that crab shells get too small, I want you to draw a picture that shows that fact, okay? So I want you to think before you draw of what you're going to draw that goes with it. Now click to the next page of your seesaw activity and draw me the picture that goes with the sentence, crab shells get too small. Make sure it makes sense. Can't wait to see what you draw.